The background of the case is a man named Ramu, a 57-year-old e-hailing driver. For over a year, he paid 469 ringgit every single month for a medical card, believing he had a 1.5 million ringgit coverage limit to protect him. But when he was diagnosed with stage 4 tongue cancer, his insurer refused to issue a guarantee letter and also froze his life-saving cancer treatment, setting a financial term called non-disclosure. They suspect Ramu had a pre-existing condition. Instead of approving his treatment, they froze his claim and demand a full 9-year medical history, all because of a hypertension diagnosis he received 17 months after buying the policy. While the insurance company plays the waiting game, Ramu was forced to drain his own life saving of 69,000 ringgit just to stay alive. Welcome back. As we saw just now, these insurance disputes aren't just headline. In fact, these are a nightmare that affecting thousands of ordinary citizens across Malaysia. Today, we are going to uncover the truth of Mr. Ramu's case from 4 different angles, which are the patient point of view, the medical reality, the legal approach, and also the harsh truth about the insurance reality in Malaysia. Because of his falling health, Mr. Ramu cannot join us in the studio today, but he's joining us live from his home. I think it's time for us to call Mr. Ramu. Hello, Mr. Ramu.
Hi.
As we know, you are fighting a stage 4 cancer currently, but at the same time also fighting a giant operation. We really felt sad for you, and we just want to ask, when you are holding or receive the rejection letter in front of the hospital, what actually came through your mind?
Betrayal. Absolute betrayal. I bought that policy so my family would not suffer if I got sick. But when the doctor told me I was dying, the insurance company treated me like a criminal trying to scam them. I don't have the time to find 9 years of medical records. I am just trying to survive until tomorrow. This is not an isolated incident. It is a systematic crisis unfolding right now within Malaysia's private healthcare ecosystem. Today, our investigative will dissect the cold fact of this case and peel back the layers of the brutal corporate machinery.
Thank you for being with us today, and take care, Ramu. Bye. What you just saw is a doctor fighting bureaucracy system, not even a disease. Instead of his immediate surgery for stage 4 cancer, Ramu treatment was paused due to his insurer demands 9 years medical records. Let us get the explanation for our medical experts. Doctor, as we all know, Ramu was somewhat lucky because he has the excessive cash in hand that allowed him to pay upfront in about 69,000 ringgit Malaysia. But how about the other patients that do not have such cash in hand? When their insurer delay their claims, are they can continue their treatment in hospital, or maybe they are just being forced by their insurance to maybe give up?
Yes, they wait. And in oncology, waiting is a death sentence. Cancer doesn't pause its growth to respect an insurance company's administrative process. Cancer cells progression is measured in days, not months. When we prescribe target therapy, it isn't a casual suggestion. This is a highly optimized clinical decision based strictly on the patient genetic profiling and staging. It is their only shot at survival. If a patient cannot pay upfront, we have to refer them to the public hospital. By the time they finally get a slot for surgery, a treatable tumor may have already become improbable. So yes, many patients are forced to surrender to the disease. As a doctor, this is the most helpless feeling in the world.
In reality, Ramu's agent just simply abandoned him, telling him just call the customer service. However, what actually happened behind those corporate doors? Why is it a 1.5 million ringgit safety net disappeared when we need it the most? To answer this, we managed to speak with an anonymous claim insider, which is also our special guest today. However, due to safety and privacy purpose, we will protect him by not showing his face in front of the screen. Morning, sir. Let's be brutally honest. Is it demanding a 9 years medical history is a deliberate tactic for the insurance company in Malaysia to avoid paying out, like the 1.5 million ringgit?
You have to understand, we are a financial institution, not a charity. The harsh truth is, ordinary consumers stand no chance against our system. When a massive around 1.5 million claim lands on our desk within the first 2 years of a policy, it automatically triggers an investigation. We don't look at how sick the patient is. We unleash two specific corporate daggers: non-disclosure and pre-existing condition. Asking for closed document is not about helping Ramu. It buys the company time. And frankly, from a risk management perspective, we know a stage 4 cancer patient probably will not live long enough to collect them all. It sounds cool, but to the system, it's just a game of finding flaws to protect the profit margin.
From the insider just now, we knew that the system is designed to delay. However, the question is it legally to freeze a dying man claims indefinitely? And is there any law in Malaysia that can protect the patient like Ramu? Let us get the explanation from the counsel.
So actually, it's not just about fairness, it's about contract terms being used as a tool against the consumer. So legally, the basic rule is actually quite simple. Whoever makes a claim has to prove it. So in this case, the insurer says that Ramu had a pre-existing condition, meaning that the insurer is saying that Ramu already had hypertension before the policy started and didn't disclose it during application. Then the burden of proof should on the insurer, not the patient. However, in Ramu's case, instead of the insurer gathering the evidence themselves, Ramu was asked to provide up to 9 years of medical records. This is a part of their investigation to check whether there was any pre-existing condition. But there's another problem. Currently, there's no strict limit on how long an investigation can continue before a decision is made. By leaving the investigation period open-ended, claims can remain stuck in investigation for months or even years, leaving the patient waiting while their medical bills continue to grow. But now, fortunately, consumers don't have to deal with this alone. They can escalate the case to Ombudsman for Financial Services, OFS, for independent review, or file a complaint with Bank Negara Malaysia (BNM). So that's why many experts argue that stronger regulatory oversight is needed.
As we know, fighting cancer is really the hardest battle an human being can do. No one should be forced to fight cancer and also fight for their policy at the same time. I think that's all for today. And last but not least, as we look at the reality of this case, what is the ultimate lessons we must take away?